Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, Repurposing Rossdale, the city looking for suggestions on what to do with the old power plant. Pest problem in Edmonton Continuing Care Centre dealing with a mouse infestation. And the end of the parking ban, tallying up the tickets and complaints so far related to snow clearing.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
We're getting a rare look inside the historic Rossdale power plant tonight. The city is soliciting ideas to repurpose the 100,000 square foot building. As CTV's Jeremy Thompson explains, it's an opportunity that comes with some complications.
From the outside, the Rossdale power plant is one of Edmonton's most recognizable buildings. Inside, it's a sprawling industrial cavern few have ever laid eyes on.
To be able to welcome the public into this space would just be amazing. It'd be awesome. So the city's pretty motivated, and we're really excited to have partners come forward who are also excited about the potential here.
In November, the city issued a request for ideas to repurpose the power plant. It's providing applicants with all the information it has on the 94-year-old building's condition, history, and current context as the Rossdale neighborhood prepares to add thousands of new homes.
We're looking for folks to identify what their vision might be, begin to define the pathway for how they would achieve that with what partners or what kind of funding streams they would be looking at.
It's not all big open spaces in this building. This little tunnel goes underneath a River Valley Trail to Pump House 1, an area that still has all of the original machinery and will likely be preserved during renovations as an interpretive historic area.
When citizens come through the building, they can sort of understand, oh, this machine was doing this, and it was actually pulling water out of the river and pushing it over into the boilers and then into the turbines, and then that's why you had lights on in your house.
That tangible connection to the past is partly why the province designated the power plant as a historic resource in 2001 when it was still producing power. The designation comes with restrictions for prospective developers.
It'll be part of the conversation that we have with people to understand that it's not a free-for-all in this space. We can't just rip out walls and knock things down and reinvent it into something modern and new.
Any promising pitch will likely have to incorporate the deep Indigenous connection to the site. Once the submission period ends April 30th, the city will assess the ideas and eventually ask for more detailed proposals for the power plant's future. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The fate of a man accused of hitting and killing a woman from Fort Saskatchewan with a U-Haul while on the run from police is now in a judge's hands. The 3-week trial for Peter Ashby wrapped up in Wetaskiwin late this afternoon. He's accused of driving the U-Haul that hit and killed 45-year-old Cassandra Gartner. The last witness to testify was an Edmonton police fingerprint expert who said one of the prints from the U-Haul matched a known print of Ashby. During closing arguments, the Crown said witnesses, DNA, fingerprints, and other evidence proves Ashby was the driver. The defense argued the Crown did not prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt, saying it was circumstantial. A decision is expected in early February. Covenant Health says it's working to rectify a mouse infestation at the Edmonton General Continuing Care Centre. Covenant Health says it switched to a new pest control company last year that is supposed to do bi-weekly inspections. Alberta's opposition party says this issue was flagged to authorities 6 months ago. The NDP wants the province to increase transparency on health inspection reports and to beef up whistleblower protections for staff who flag issues like this. One Edmonton General volunteer says he's heard many stories about mice in people's rooms.
She's confined to her bed, and she's terrified. She said to me, I didn't want to get out of bed, and the first thing I did was try to kind of get my blankets and my sheets kind of tucked up, because the last thing I wanted was for a mouse to crawl up on the sheets or the blanket and come into my bed.
The province says because the Edmonton General is a mixed-use facility, it's limited in its oversight. It says it will investigate the portion of the building under its authority. The city is ending its first Phase 2 parking ban of the season tonight at 7. It's been a rough road for many Edmontonians as crews try to clear out the snow, and people are making sure the city knows about it. CTV's Evan Kenny joins us now. So, Evan, take us through this snow clearing debacle.
Matt, the city issued the residential parking ban 11 days ago to clean up after record amounts of snow in December. It says 311 was so swamped with calls about snow clearing, it eventually had to stop taking them. For nearly 2 weeks, we've heard from Edmontonians who say their streets haven't been cleared or they were ticketed unfairly. We've also heard complaints about windrows, icy roads, and slippery sidewalks.
I'm not sure why they didn't come by and sand after they did the plowing, because I think they just made the situation worse, unfortunately.
It doesn't make sense that you would get a ticket for when the plows aren't around, even for a week.
We've done everything that we can to be caught up on the notifications and to be aware of the dates. When things are arbitrarily changed and we don't have an opportunity to get educated on it using the systems that the city has put in place, that's where it's unfair.
From the start of December until now, 311 received more than 33,000 calls related to snow and ice control. That's 3 times more than the same time frame last year and 10 times more than the year before that. Once the parking ban lifts tonight, 311 will start taking calls about snow clearing again. The city is now clearing cul-de-sacs and windrows from school zones. Matt.
CTV's Evan Kenny live in studio tonight. Thank you. Hope Mission says it will increase its shelter capacity with the need for overnight spaces reaching a new high. Hope Mission says it provided shelter to 1,400 people last night. It says that's after seeing an increase in use since Monday. It says 2 new centers have added 235 shelter spaces in the last 2 years, and there's still not enough room for everyone who needs help when the weather is cold. Hope Mission says next Wednesday it will convert CarePoint's health and housing hub into an overnight shelter by adding 50 sleeping mats. That emergency measure is expected to be in place until the end of March. Cold weather, certainly the story today, Josh. I was freezing just warming up my truck to come into work today.
Yeah, and it will not stay this cold right through to the end of March. There's actually a really significant warming trend on the way for next week. I think you're probably going to have to wait until about Tuesday, though, before it, really starts to feel significantly warmer. We did actually manage to get back above -20 today, though. Started the day at -27. We were in the -20s right through to lunchtime. Last couple of hours, we've leveled off at about -17. Wind isn't terribly strong, but you do have enough of a breeze out there that if you're in that wind, it's feeling in the -22 to -25 range around the region. -14 is the average low, so we were way below that this morning at -27. Outside the city, you had some -30s, -16 for the daytime high. We've hit -16.3. I think we'll get back to about -16 here later on this evening as temperatures just kind of level off in the -16 to -18 range for the rest of this evening and overnight tonight. There's your cloud cover that's increased through this afternoon. You can see there is some flurry activity in and around the Edmonton area. No heavy snow, but anywhere between a dusting to maybe a centimeter or so on the ground by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. You once again have a cold warning here for east and northeastern Alberta. We'll talk more about that later in the newscast. There's also some heavier snow in through the foothills, which we talked about yesterday. We said it was just going to kind of be a glancing blow for that snow here in the Edmonton area, but the foothills would see significantly more. They could see 10 to 20 centimeters by the end of the day tomorrow. There's your flurries for this evening, and temperatures, as we said, holding steady in that -16 to -18 range tonight. And in fact, we'll be pretty steady in the -16 to 18 range all day tomorrow. Take a closer look at Sunday as temperatures get back into single digits, but wind chill becomes a factor later in the newscast.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, buying the right snowblower, testing different models to find the right one for the job.
Battery-powered snowblowers are finally starting to catch up to gas models.
As we endure a cold weekend, there's hope ahead. We'll be with you as things start to warm up on Monday and have advice on rehoming pets to provide a safe and friendly transition.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
The province says it plans to share updates on new schools for the Edmonton area in next month's budget. Parents, school boards, and the official opposition say they're waiting to see where the schools will be built and what kind of schools they will be. They also question whether they will alleviate pressure on schools already filled to the brim. CTV's Connor Hogg has more.
We have 8 kids. They are in elementary and junior high, and I have a second one going off to junior high next year. So when they were all in elementary, it was super easy.
Caitlin Caniff's daily commute has gotten less easy as the years have gone by. Every morning she leaves her home in Ramsey Heights to drive 45 minutes to Archbishop Joseph McNeil, followed by Earl Buxton School. At lunch she drives half an hour back to Earl Buxton to drop off her kindergartner and back to McNeil to pick up her daughter and take her to a gymnastics facility. After school she drives back to both schools again to pick up the rest of the kids, about 2 hours and 15 minutes every weekday.
I'm used to it, I would say. I joke that I'm just a chef and chauffeur and, the butler here.
Schools with space close to home are a luxury many Edmonton families can't enjoy.
The space that we have is finite, and as we continue to grow, we're going to have to be more creative about how we continue to accommodate students as close to home as possible.
The press secretary for the education minister says that there are 34 schools in the upcoming budget for the Edmonton area. That also includes surrounding communities and school districts. The schools chosen will be based on the list of submissions provided by each school board.
I will believe it when I see it from the minister when he says he's promising new schools.
Edmonton Whitemud's MLA says Caniff's experience isn't an outlier.
It also means it really affects a parent's ability to be able to work and do the things they want to do. As a parent who sometimes does drop off and pick up, I can tell you it doesn't coincide with a work day.
Caniff's daughter will go to junior high school next year, and she says the realities of her sports schedule and driving distance mean she may have to be homeschooled.
As a parent, you got to figure out, can you get them there? Is it all going to work out for the siblings coming after them? It's quite a big decision.
The province says the 34 projects in the works will include a mix of public, Catholic, and public charter schools. According to the EPSB's Director of Infrastructure, it takes, on average, 3 to 5 years to build a school. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Alberta's largest cycling fundraiser is kickstarting registration with a spin-a-thon. Cyclists are keeping 2 stationary bikes in motion inside the Cross Cancer Institute to promote the upcoming Tour of Alberta for Cancer. The 2-day ride raises money for the Alberta Cancer Foundation. Since 2008, more than 20,000 riders have raised $111 million. The goal for this tour is another $7 million.
Funds raised from the Enbridge Tour Alberta for Cancer are a huge part of how we fund clinical trials in the province. We fund a patient financial assistance program, and it allows us to really capitalize on some of the latest treatments and care available to Albertans and bring them to them sooner.
All the funds raised from the tour is what enables people like me to keep on moving with life. So right now we're just focused on recovery. I'm actually getting married in August as well, so life is moving forward.
Registration is open until the ride. The tour takes place July 18th and 19th, starting at the Strathmore Stampede grounds. If cycling isn't your thing, you can support the cause by donating to a rider. With the amount of snow we've seen, some people might be thinking about trading in their trusty shovels for snowblowers. There have been several improvements to models, but also something smaller to consider if your sidewalk is shorter. Here's CTV's Pat Foran.
Following a snowstorm, if you own a snowblower, you'll be the envy of the neighborhood, but they're a big investment, so you want to make the right choice. That's why before the first snowflakes fall, Consumer Reports tests them with sawdust.
We use wet sawdust to test snowblowers because it has the consistency of snow.
Testers look at how fast they'll remove the snow, how far it throws the snow, and how each snowblower handles the dreaded plow pile at the end of your driveway.
Snowblowers are very serious investments, especially if you're buying a 2-stage or 3-stage model. In general, they only make sense if you have 3 or more serious snowfalls a year and you don't want to be beholden to a plow company.
2-stage snowblowers are ideal for bigger jobs and will typically clear snow faster and throw it farther than single-stage blowers. They're also better on hills and gravel driveways. The latest tests find gasoline-powered snowblowers continue to outperform electric and battery-powered models. However, battery-powered snowblowers have improved.
Battery-powered snowblowers are finally starting to catch up to gas models.
There is an affordable tool that can help you avoid shoveling that doesn't cost a fortune. This year, researchers also tested battery and corded electric power shovels.
Power shovel sort of looks like a light-duty snowblower, and it's really a hybrid between a snowblower and a traditional shovel. They're designed to go places where a snowblower would be overkill, like a short walkway or an elevated deck.
This $300 battery-powered Greenworks was the best of the bunch, but keep in mind these power shovels are heavier than a regular shovel, still require some muscle, and are only truly effective for 15 centimeters of snow or less.
If you're only going to buy one type of shovel, this type is the one to get. It works for a variety of conditions. It's wide, so you can lift up a lot of snow, and it even has a steel lip here for getting through compacted snow or light ice.
Another useful tool, getting help from everyone in your household and making clearing the snow a family affair. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Still to come, bladed boats, competitors racing across a frozen lake during an upcoming festival.
It feels very kind of Albertan because you're out on the lake.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Sylvan Lake is getting ready to host Western Canada's only Ice Dragon Boat Festival. Teams will race on bladed boats and use oars with spikes attached to grip and move across the lake. There's also dragons, apparently. More than 1,000 people are expected to take in the event, and the town says visitors should prepare for the cold.
It is a fully outdoor event, so you really do need to dress for the weather. It feels very kind of Albertan because you're out on the lake and you see all the ice fishing shacks, and it just, I don't know, it just feels like a moment to be out there on the lake with everyone celebrating this unique opportunity. So
the festival is free and takes place February 14th and 15th.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Josh, I'd like to give it a try. I'm not going to lie.
Absolutely.
Not sure I'd want to be out there on the water today, though, given how cold it was. Minus 27 is a low.
Minus 27 early this morning in the city, minus 30 outside the city. If you take a look outside right now, we have some flurries coming down. But temperatures have gone up a little bit. We're at minus 16 in Edmonton. That'll likely end up as the daytime high. We'll just kind of hold steady in the minus 16 to 18 range. Looks like for the next 12 to 14 hours. Here's the weekend. Temperatures here, minus 18, minus 16, minus 17 through the day tomorrow. This looks really good on the surface at minus 7 for Sunday. Here's the problem. No wind chill tomorrow. Wind to be 10 to 15, maybe gusting to 30 kilometers per hour on Sunday. And so in the blue there, that's your wind chill. Minus 29-ish Sunday morning. Lunchtime Sunday, still around minus 20, minus 13 in the afternoon with wind chill. So I know it looks really good when you see that single digit on the forecasts, if you're looking at your apps on your phone or whatever. It isn't really going to feel all that much warmer, though, when you step outside on Sunday. And then Monday, temperatures drop again. Tuesday, Wednesday, then the warming trend really kicks in. It's minus 26, minus 25 in through the northeast. Started the day in the minus 40s in northeastern Alberta. You get wind chill in a couple of spots here, especially Lloydminster Coronation, in that minus 35 to minus 40 range right now. And we could actually see, once again, in parts of northeastern and east central Alberta, wind chill in the minus 40s. Early tomorrow morning. I think your actual temperatures are going to be a little bit milder than they were this morning. You won't be in the minus 40s, probably in the minus 30s. Still cold. And then here's that snowfall warning, 10 to 20 centimeters worth of snow through the course of the day tomorrow. This is the system that's dropping through. You saw on the Skycam there that we do have some flurries in the Edmonton area right now. We'll see a bit more of that through this evening. No more than a dusting to maybe a centimeter or two. It really starts to amp up, though, as you get some upsloping here. Through the foothills. And so, again, 10 to 20 potentially by the end of the day tomorrow. Watch this first blast of Arctic air slowly move off to the east. And so there's that warm up for Sunday. Again, wind chill will be a bit of an issue. Monday, another push of Arctic air comes in. And so temperatures are going to drop Monday. And then this milder air from the west finally wins out. And so there you go, Tuesday, Wednesday in the minus 5 range and around or above 0. To close out January and into the first few days of February. As far as the rest of the province, around minus 30 or just slightly into the minus 30s in the northeast, minus 15 for Red Deer and about minus 12 in Grand Prairie tomorrow. You're back to minus 9. still in the minus 20s. One more really cold day tomorrow, although not quite as bad as today. Minus 13 in Red Deer. I think the flurries in Red Deer are probably done by early tomorrow morning, and they'll be done overnight tonight here in the Edmonton area. So cloudy with a few sunny breaks. Minus 16 tomorrow, minus 7, but feeling more like the minus teens for most of the day Sunday. Chance of flurries and a little bit of a cool down Monday before the warming trend kicks in Tuesday, Wednesday.
Josh, thank you. There is a lot of snow in the mountain parks this winter. Mountain rescue specialists say it's the most snow they've seen in a few years. Right now, the snowpack is fairly stable, we're told, and there are 2 weak layers, though, that experts are watching.
The big difference this year is because of the large amounts of snow and mild temperatures, we see the snowpack just kind of settle amongst the weight of itself. And it squishes down and it starts to bond fairly well. A lot of the other years we don't have much snow. We have very cold temperatures, and as such the snowpack sort of just evaporates a little bit and gets that very sugary, weak crystals that form along the base of the snowpack.
One of the best ways to make sure you're safe in the mountain parks is to read the daily bulletins ahead of time. When we return, celebrating Stu. The Oilers honor 2 of their former players during their return to Rogers Place.
Programming brought to you by the Billy Joel Songbook with your Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Learn more at winspearcenter.com.
The Edmonton Oilers celebrated 2 of their former players during last night's game at Rogers Place.
The Oilers organization would like to welcome back former Oilers Greg Kulak and Stuart Skinner.
Defenseman Brett Kulak and goalie Stuart Skinner returned to Edmonton for the first time since being traded to Pittsburgh. No booze, just lots of stews, even though the Oilers were losing 3-0 at the time. Pittsburgh scored 3 goals over a 37-second span during the first 3 minutes of the game. The Penguins eventually defeated the Oilers 6-2. The Oilers will be back in action tomorrow night when they host Alexander Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals at 8 o'clock. A teenager from St. Albert has been named Swimming Canada's Para-Athlete of the Year. We first introduced you to Reed Maxwell 2 years ago. The 18-year-old was born with half of his right leg missing. He also has prune belly syndrome, which affects the development of the abdominal muscles. He says being named Para-Swimmer of the Year came as a shock as he's fairly new to international competition. His next goal is to reach the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles.
I want to keep getting faster and stronger. So that was definitely my motivation, but it is one hell of a shock for it to, for this big goal to have been going for so long and for this dream to have been in the back of your mind forever, and then for it to have actually happened.
Last year, Maxwell reached the podium twice, collecting 2 silver medals. This year, he will concentrate on trials in Montreal and the Pan Pacific Swimming Championships in LA. That's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.